Filthy pig.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Boomer vs. Doomer. I am Jeremy, and that's Dan the Boomer. Dan, say hello to the piggies, please.
Hello, people.
This week, it was my choice, and I chose 2026's Into the Manosphere, the documentary created by Louis Theroux, following right-wing Manosphere influencers and their various coming and goings. If you could summarize your viewing experience, Mr. Boomer, briefly, how would you summarize it?
The puke emoji.
The puke emoji. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to do things a little bit differently this week.
Yeah.
Rather than just saying what we liked and what we didn't like, I thought it would be interesting to go through the various cast of characters here.
Yeah.
And
Because there's a few.
There's four that I could remember.
Surprised.
Normally, I mean.
Yeah, I thought it was just going to be the one dude.
No, it was,
They just kept throwing more guys in.
So let's start off with our first subject, which was a guy named H.S. Tiki-Taki.
Interesting name. I got to go with that. Okay.
Harrison something was his real name. Harrison Sullivan.
I don't know if there's any much real about him. You know what I mean?
No.
He's kind of all fake.
Yeah. First of all, I know the answer to this, but had you ever heard of him?
Hell no.
No. Yeah, me neither. I had never heard of this guy.
Let me just insert this here. I have no interest in this kind of shit whatsoever. Nothing.
Yeah. You know, some of these guys, the messages are interesting. This guy to me, was by far the worst. Like, he's the least redeemable character.
Oh, okay, here's the thing. Like, a lot of people see the money and the cars and the women and stuff they have, and they want that, okay? How much would you pay to get out of being him if you had to?
Oh, my God.
And how much would you pay?
Not in oh, my God.
Stay there?
Everything. I'd go homeless to not be this guy or to have his mindset.
I'd rather be dead.
It is the most, like, disgusting. Like,
Not even the disgusting part. Just, I have no interest in that. Everything that he likes, I don't.
Women, yeah.
No, I mean, it's all fake, too. You know what I mean? The real guy, they went into it with his mom and his childhood and stuff. The real guy is gone. He's there, but he's trying to lose himself.
Yeah, it's funny that you don't like him because he hates women, he hates minorities, and he falls for scams and he sets up scams. So I figured this would be right up your alley.
You're an asshole.
No, you're right. He is like they started off strong picking him as the first choice.
But
because
did you see the way the younger dudes admire him and shit?
That's the thing,
the followers?
His audience
Everybody
is 12-year-olds.
doesn't share our outlook on him.
No, but I think it's just kids that they didn't find any adults that were like, oh, yeah, first of all.
And if their ID did say they were 23, they weren't.
Mentally, they're not.
No, emotionally, they were still.
There's two things that really stuck out when Louis is talking to this guy. Number one, the difference between the British accent, where you have the British accent that Louis has that makes you sound like you're smarter than you are.
Yeah.
And then you have this guy's British accent where it sounds like you're about to sweep a chimney. Like he was, bruv, he got pressed right now. Like he just, it was.
And where's he from? He's from.
I forget, London or some part of fucking England.
Okay.
The fucking garbage that comes out of there.
They have many different accents in England, and I can understand him. Okay?
I could understand him.
A lot of, like when you get towards Ireland and shit like that, I gotta have subtitles.
All right. So was there anything? There was another part that really summed up a lot of these guys that he said, and he kind of said it, and it just But it stuck with me as he was like, well, if I was just behaving myself in these videos, I would have never gotten famous. If I was just doing good, I'd never get popular. And it's like
Ted Bundy could have said the same thing.
Right. That's the thing. Is like nobody would know my name if I wasn't a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Like, and it kind of summed them up pretty well. So I tell you what, of all the guys, let's rank them out of 4.
Yeah.
Number 1 being the best person to emulate, and number 4 being the worst. I know it's not a great list, but like, where would you put him?
Was the one that did the round table with the girl.
He's coming up. So where would you put him?
I would say the one I just mentioned was the worst.
Okay, so would he what 3? He's
they're all. It was a photo finish, dude.
Yeah.
It's hard
Let's
to
put
say.
a number on it. Christ.
Yeah.
I'd say 3 would be a pretty fair.
Okay. I would say maybe even the least offensive.
So he's number 1?
The least offensive.
Okay.
I don't know which way you're ranking them up.
So this is a very simple system, okay, that I just came up with.
Yeah.
The least offensive is number 1. Is he number 1? And the most offensive is number 4.
Could you break that down into ink?
So our next
he's number 1.
Okay, interesting.
Jesus.
So next up we have Justin Waller.
I'd say he's one of the worst.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. He the only reason I wouldn't say he was one of the worst is he's the only one that had a job prior to being an influencer, if that makes sense.
And he was it was just him and his mom too as a child, right?
Yeah, you kind of find out all these guys have.
There was the other guy was like that too. Just him and his mom.
These guys are what happens when you have mommy and daddy issues. You become this guy who, look at it. He's very handsome. He's sharply dressed. He works out. That's the other thing is Mr.
His looks. You can't add or take. Your looks are given to you by your parents,
right?
Kind of. I mean, but the rest of it is all him choosing choices.
Yeah, they really deep dive into his relationship with his, I guess she'd be like his common law wife,
They
the mother of his
did that
children.
with a couple of them.
So his is the interesting one because there's that scene where Louis is like talking to her and him, and at one point he goes, "Look, Louis, if all this ends tomorrow, these are the best years of my life." And like she's like, "If what ends?" And he's like, "Us." And she gives this face of like, "You're gonna fucking pay for that." Like I rewound it to look. I was like, "Oh, that's a face of a woman who's about to fuck you up, dude."
Yeah.
But I mean, she honestly, of all the characters, she was probably the best. Like, I liked her the most. I was rooting for her. Yeah. She has terrible taste in men, but she seems like genuinely
okay,
like.
listen. Terrible taste in men. You're limited by your choices.
Yeah.
That's what you got to pick from. Men suck, and women suck from each other's point of perspective.
Yeah, if I had to sum up this documentary, it'd be take the worst men in the world and introduce them to the worst women in the world and film it. And that's what all of the people on the talk shows and all that.
Okay, what about the documentary guy from Netflix?
Louis? Louis Theroux?
Yeah, Louis Theroux. Yeah. What do you think about him?
We'll get to him.
Okay.
Okay. I think the worst part about him and the Tiki-Taki guy are the financial strategy stuff. $50 a month to be in this guy's Telegram group. And it's like, there's a 13-year-old making $10,000 a month. It's like, no, there's not, dude. Nobody's buying it.
And he doesn't care. As long as he gets the money.
That's how you can tell that his audience is 13-year-olds is because that's who. Now, this is the one that had, the grown men who also had, fucked up childhoods and fucked up families.
Yeah.
Like, the one guy, his brother had killed himself. And he's like, the message is just manning up. And to an extent, I don't think that's a bad message. But this is a guy who, pre-internet, would have fucking been on his 5th wife at the car dealership he bought. And is a great salesman, but is miserable behind the scenes. But social media has amplified him.
And to talk to her, say... Well, he wouldn't talk to us, okay? But if you talk to him in a bar, the car salesman and him, they'd be the same person.
Yeah.
There'd be no personality change whatsoever.
He can't turn it off. That's who he is.
And the suit and it'd be a cheaper suit if he was a car salesman. But other than that, everything's the same.
Yeah. So where would you put him?
Okay, right behind the other guy I picked.
Tiki-Taki?
No. Okay. So, he'd be 3.
Okay.
Okay.
So then we're going to move on to the one that you think is the worst, Mr. Myron Gaines.
Myron Gaines.
Now, I forgot to ask you this about Mr. Waller. I'm assuming you had not heard of him prior to this documentary.
I have never heard of any of these guys.
So, okay, spoiler. Him and one of the other ones actually have popped up in my YouTube scrolling feed because they do talk politics, and mine is cooking and politics, basically, in movies. So I was familiar with.
I think that says a lot about you.
Yeah, I like to eat and yell about abortion. Yeah. I was familiar with this guy. I had seen the show format, and I agree. It is the dumbest and the most disgusting fucking podcast I've ever seen. Like, it is. He just.
Do you think he's number 4?
I think he's the worst, probably. Yeah. I think him.
We agree.
Yeah.
I can't believe
Well,
it.
but like, his is what I hate about him.
I'll give him this much. They're honest.
No, but he's all
not
like,
with themselves, but as far as their beliefs.
But he's the one that was like mega secret, like hide his girlfriend. Remember the employee was talking to Louis, and she gets a text from him that's like, "Don't fucking talk to him. Don't say anything," because his whole shtick is to bring on girls who do porn and belittle them, and it's like, what value is there in that? Like
clicks.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And then
that's the only value.
And again, the ticky-tacky guy, the other thing that was driving me crazy is he's like, "Oh, it's disgusting, bruv. I hate the porn industry. Yeah. By the way, here's some OnlyFans girl." It's like, what is wrong with you? His brain was just gone.
He makes money off of it. That's all.
I'd love
and
to
he admitted it. He admitted it.
I'd love to see his IQ get tested because it's definitely like sub 90. Like, it's definitely like, "Oh, well, I just get money, and then they give me the money and I do whatever it says, whatever it takes."
Yeah. I feel kind of sorry for him, but not really.
So Myron, what's funny is if you only really see shots of him like this because he has the most like goober build of all time. Like, he has his like legs are maybe the size of a silver dollar. And he wears like tight jeans and these giant shoes.
With thin legs.
Yeah, I know. Do some, calf raises. No, it's just he only gets shot this way because he's such a he does all this empowerment shit. But I mean, look at him. He's probably like $120. Like and like lead and he like really leans into I worked for Homeland Security or DHS DHS.
Yeah. Well, see, they didn't do that in any of this.
No, he barely touched on it, but that's a big part of. I
didn't need all that stuff to hate him.
No,
he was. And I don't hate him, but I mean, he's not very likable.
He
doesn't have any redeeming qualities whatsoever.
No, he doesn't have a good. His message is probably the worst.
Spoiler: in the end, his girlfriend left him.
Yeah.
In the podcast.
Yeah.
Or in the movie.
Yeah, it's funny.
Documentary. What did we watch? It feels like it was a nightmare.
Into the Manosphere. It was a documentary.
Into the Manosphere, yeah. I got out of the Manosphere as soon as it was over.
That's
and
good.
I was so happy.
How toxic of you. All right, so finally, our last little specimen here. Sneeko, another one that I was familiar with because his...
Sneeko, the juveniles loved him more than anybody, more than the rest of them.
I think that was just...
They just came up to him like screaming fans.
See, to me, he's probably the least bad of the 4.
I would agree with that, maybe.
He at least has, like, and I'm not defending him because I don't agree with him on shit, but he at least has a coherent ideology and worldview.
I would agree with you.
It's not just about making a fuck ton of money.
Isn't he the youngest of all of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how old he is, but he is the youngest.
Yeah.
But he's not just about... He's not selling financial advice, right? Like that was the worst thing.
For the followers.
He likes the attention. He likes and I would say that audience-wise, him.
So we kind of agree on the lineup pretty
close. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I'm surprised. Yeah, he came off the craziest in this because he gets into the like Satanists controlling the world and Sam Smith and shit like that.
A little conspiracy theory.
Conspiracy, but like. In general, and here's the other thing, I do respect him to the extent that he was glazing Trump this entire video, and then he's a huge detractor because of the war in Iran. So he's at least consistent, okay? He's not just a nut hugger, right? And I'll give him that.
Okay.
Having said that, he is pretty nuts, and I don't enjoy his shit, but I'll give credit where credit is due. Okay.
Oh, okay.
But he seemed like the least. If you were going to hang out with anyone
out of this group, you put him in a different group, he's not going to do so well. But out of this group, yes, I agree.
He'd probably be the most likely I'd hang out with.
Yeah.
And then finally, just as a general, Mr. Theroux, so you didn't know who he was prior to this either?
You know, Jeremy, I don't give a shit about this kind of stuff.
You don't watch documentaries? Because his are really interesting. He's
if it's about science, yes.
Yeah,
Other
so
than
you
that,
like
no.
to watch boring shit where planets spin, and it's
I
like
don't care anything about this kind of shit. I don't want to know what makes the deep underbelly of India turn into a whatever the fuck I don't care about.
Okay, so I love that type of shit. Those
I
are the
hate that kind of
So
shit.
I first learned about him like 20 years ago. He had a TV series,
Yeah.
and he would do like mini documentaries, and one of them was on pro wrestling. So I watched that, and he like trained, and he met the guys and interviewed
No, but
them.
that sounds interesting.
I fucking gobbled that up. But
Okay.
his claim to fame prior to this was he was the guy that interviewed the Westboro Baptist Church. And he like was at their marches, and he got inside, and he got to meet Fred Phelps, and he got
Weren't those the ones that screamed at the
dead
funerals?
troops and the
Okay.
worst people other than.
Yeah.
So he likes to find like the most reprehensible people and kind of put them on display.
Well, that's an issue that needs to be done.
I love his
hats
work.
off to him.
I'll watch fucking anything he makes because it's
and
all
he's
super
good at it.
Yeah,
He's good. He asked all the right questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very interesting seeing the
He
dynamic.
didn't put him down, no matter what he thought of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was funny. He did tell the HS Tiki Taki that his calves were small though.
And he agreed.
And he agreed.
He goes, yeah, I need.
So
I need
you
to
can
work
tell
on it.
he like knows because if you see a bodybuilder, they're always self-conscious about their calves.
He said, "Do you
Do
have a
leg day?"
Leg day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he had the calves in mind when he said that.
But you're right. He did a great job. He pushes them when they should be pushed.
He was the best guy in the whole documentary.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's why we weren't ranking him because
I ranked him.
he's
He
an
was the best
absolute
guy.
treasure.
He was the best one.
And I'll watch anything he makes. So okay, now that we've done all that,
Yeah, we've done all that.
why don't you give us your thoughts on Into the Manosphere as far as entertainment wise? Out of 5, what do you give it?
Give me back my time.
Give me back my 1 out of 5?
Yeah.
Are you fucking crazy?
Dude, okay. What do you call the part before the movie starts?
The credits? Like the
No, before the credits.
the Netflix ad?
Yeah. And what do you call it after the ending credits? What's that part called?
That's when they suggest something else for you to watch.
Those were my 2 favorite parts of the documentary.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't find any of this entertaining or interesting at all?
It was enlightening. I didn't know that any of this shit existed.
Yeah, this is way outside. So the reason why I also
dude,
picked
see,
this,
listen, I can't tell you how much I don't care about those guys. You know what I mean?
The thing is they're super popular with kids.
Yeah.
You have grandkids.
I do.
Bet I would
I
be
do.
curious if they know any of these people.
Listen. Okay. In certain areas, okay, cannibalism is popular. I'm not into cannibalism. I mean, just because something's popular doesn't mean.
Well, right, but that's the point of a documentary is
Right.
to.
I told you it was very enlightening to me. Okay, because I didn't know any of this shit.
But you don't
existed.
put any value on that.
I put a value on it.
1 out of 5 stars.
No, I mean, dude, it was. I would have rather been laying on the garage floor underneath my car, scraping rust off or something.
Okay.
You know, I mean,
That's man's work. Okay.
No,
and that makes you
it's
tough.
I would not enjoy that, but I would have enjoyed it more than this documentary. Okay.
All right. Well, 1
I
out
mean,
of 5.
I don't watch. I like documentaries, but when I go to the channels that have them and look for them,
Planet spinning. Telescopes point at planets that are spinning.
Even 1% of them, less than 1%, I can watch.
Yeah, because they have more than planets spinning.
I just don't care anything about Ted Bundy or the Housewives of North
I'll be sure to pick
Dakota
more of
or
these.
whatever, you know?
All right. Well,
I don't care anything about any of that shit. Or this.
me,
Nothing.
who is a documentary fan and enjoys the weird.
And I would say you're more of the norm than I am. Because there's a lot of documentaries.
In every aspect of life, yes.
Shut the hell up.
I give this 4 out of 5. Hold it in. I love this.
God.
This.
You just gave me a concussion.
If you enjoy these type of documentaries, you'll love this. It is a great picture into a world you probably have no idea exists unless you're a 13-year-old boy.
I had no idea.
Right. So this is why I like watching these. Is I learn shit that I wouldn't normally learn that isn't just a planet spinning.
When you stuck your finger into the flame and it burned, you learned that it was hot. Did you enjoy that lesson?
Why would I stick my finger in a flame? I'm not a dumbass.
You had to do it the first time,
Nope.
even as a child.
No, I knew right away.
No, you did not know.
Yes, I did. Look at me. I'm part caveman. It's in my blood.
No.
All right. So that was Into the Manosphere. Boomer, do you have anything to say to the people before we go?
Yes, I will get even with you for this.
Yes, I'm
Jeremy.
sure I'll be paying for
I
this.
will.
Into the Manosphere. Have you seen it? Did you like it? What do you think? Are you a man of culture such as myself? Or are you a Cro-Magnon Neanderthal such as the Boomer? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, goodbye.